What's up, everybody? Todd here with the STB Gorilla Gang Daily Disruption, coming to you this Tuesday night. Got my 150th day in a row of 20 minutes of high-intensity cardio. As most of you know, I'm not a huge cardio fan, but it is high intensity, so I kind of enjoy that kind of stuff. And it's only 20 minutes, so I'm committed to it. Been committed to it for 150 days, gonna keep committing to it. It's been a real game changer for me as far as how I feel, how I look, mentally, all that good stuff. It's just been good. And then obviously put in my three to four weight training workouts in per week. But today we're gonna talk about controlling your environment. So most of us never really take the time and assess like our current environment, right? Like an environment being the people we associate with, the places we go, our jobs, things like that, right? So, and now more than ever, it's pretty easy. I don't think there's been an easier time in my life to assess my environment because we're kind of on this lockdown, right? So, like I go to work and I come home, I might hit a grocery store, right? Every now and then, to pick up some food. But I have a lot of my meals shipped in, so I don't even have to do that very often. But so assessing your environment and seeing like how that affects you, right? So most of us just kind of do that. And then there's like the whole online environment, right? Like even just watching this video is being part of an online environment that is either making you better or making you worse. And you're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's really no other way around it. So my goal inside of these is to make you better. Each time I do one of these videos, which is daily. Been doing this since December, so quite a few days in a row as far as, and I have missed a couple, so I will say that. Like, but it's all about making that change. So early on in my life, I made a decision that I was going to play football in Nebraska. Don't know, like I watched a football game. I think it was the first football game I ever saw on TV. It was Nebraska, Oklahoma. And I'm pretty sure I was like 5 years old. And I'm like, I'm going to play football in Nebraska, right? So I made a commitment then that was going to take me, 13 years before it ever came to fruition, right? So sometimes I think a lot of us look too short term. Like I need to lose 50 pounds in 3 months, right? Or 6 months, and you don't necessarily look at the long-term things. So this was a 13-year goal. And obviously at 5 years old, didn't understand any goal setting, that kind of stuff, but it was burned into my mind that I was going to play running back at Nebraska. And so as I got a little bit older, obviously I was in a great environment to compete. I had 4 brothers, 2 older, 2 younger, that were stupid competitive, and we still are today. And I have very successful brothers at what they do. And I think that comes back to growing up in that environment of the strongest survives. In our, like, you better get to the dinner table before everybody else, or you're not going to get anything. So, I had a great environment to grow up in that aspect as far as competitiveness. And then just believe, like my oldest brother walked on at Nebraska, so that gave me the belief that, hey, if he can do it, I can do it, right? Like, I'm not saying that I was ever any better than my brother, but he was a great running back, and did a lot of things, but he kind of paved the way for me mentally to get there. So if you've seen somebody do something you want to do, and you recognize that as greatness, you know greatness. Like, you can do that, right? It gives you the mental side of it that says, hey, I can do this, right? So and that's what I got when my brother walked on at Nebraska. And so I was in 7th grade when that happened. My first year of football, I was the littlest guy. Everybody told me I was too small. I wasn't fast enough. I'd never make it. I got laughed at. I got told lots of stuff. And so I had to change my environment and not be around those people that told me I couldn't do it. Like, my parents were like, you can do this. Like, so went to my coach, what do I need to do? You need to eat 8,000 calories a day, and you need to work out 5 days a week. Boom, done, right? So almost religiously for 5 years in the weight room, and eating more than I could handle, right? So I also brought people with me, right? Like, or they brought me with them too. Like, there was 4 of us on my little Battle Creek team that played Division I football, and that's not just like, you know, happenstance. Like, we all had that goal to get to that next level, and we worked together as a team. Yes, there was 4 of us that played Division I, and the whole team was important. Had great teammates, and we pushed each other, and we constantly held each other to a higher standard. And I don't know, like, Battle Creek's like 900 people, right? Like, nobody sends, like, Class A schools in Nebraska don't send 4 kids Division I typically, right? So we had 4 kids off of our tiny little Battle Creek team because we created that environment, right? So, and we controlled the environment as well, right? So there's a big, you know, big misconception about what you can and can't do. And it's all up to you. Like, you have to control that environment. So let's say you want to lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months, right? You need to change your current environment. Your current environment got you 50 pounds overweight. So you have to change that. If you don't change it, nothing will change, right? So you have to go home. You have to get rid of all the crappy stuff, you know, out of your house. So it's not even there to eat. You need to like follow a program, be coachable, be held accountable, and you need to find that program for you. Whether that, you know, what we do inside of the STB Guerrilla Gang program is really basic, and I'm not like, dude, we do basic stuff, but what we do is we surround ourselves with people on the same mission, same goal, same mindset, that we need to change and we need to become the best versions of ourselves. And then we hold each other accountable, and we're coachable, right? Even I'm coachable. I'm even learning every single day to be a better coach, to be a better leader, to be a better, you know, guy that people can rely on, right? And just getting better. And so if you don't change your environment, nothing's going to change. So that is, you know, that's the biggest thing. Like, and I can go back to when I quit drinking, right? Like, I had to, you know, quit drinking 15 years ago, which it seems like forever. But like, the same people I was friends with when I was drinking are no longer my friends. Like, I don't go to bars. I don't put myself in those situations, right? I had to change my environment in order to make it 15 years without drinking. So no different with any goal you want in your life. You want to succeed at anything, or you want to do something different, you have to change that environment. And it's not overnight success ever. There's no such thing as a quick fix. There's no such thing as, you know, getting it handed to you. Like, it has to be worked for. So my biggest thing is always like, work, you know, do the work, win the day. So every single day we put the work in, we win that day. And you're going to win a lot more days when you concentrate on today versus what you did in the past or what's going on in the future, right? So just concentrate on winning each day, no matter what your goal is, that, like, whether it's business or relationships or fitness or whatever, focus on those things for that day, right? So that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully, like I said, I'm adding value to your life. If you're ready to make a change and you want some guidance and some help, click the link. Let's start a conversation. And much love. Peace out. Later.